And we're back to learning Gimp in a year, day 40. And let me show you the fuzzy select tool. And for this example, you can directly see why this is needed. Because when we use the select by color that I've introduced in the last videos, we would, for example, try to select this rock right here. You can see it selects the color, but the color is also in different positions on this image. So we would need something that selects the color, but respects the borders of certain objects. And this is what the fuzzy select tool does. And you can see it almost has the same options as the select by color tool. There's only diagonal neighbors, which is new. I'm going to show that later on. And if you can't find that tool at all, go to Tools, Selection Tools, and there you should find it. Use the short key. Now let me select this rock right here. And this works quite fine. Not perfect, but certainly better than a select by color. And if I, for example, try to select this rock right here, we actually have a perfect selection. Here we don't. But for example, here we have it again. And around 50, we would have this rock perfectly selected and nothing else. Let me check diagonal neighbors. Threshold is still 50 and you can see it selects more. So when this is active, neighboring pixels that have the same color will also be selected. For the most part, you don't want that, so uncheck it in most of the use cases. Other options we already know from the select by color tool: anti-aliasing for smoother edges, feather edges. You can select transparent areas, and sample merge is when you have multiple images and layers. It will select from all of them if it's checked. If this is totally new to you, just check out my video about select by colors. There I've got it explained in detail. And if you wanted to recolor, for example, this stone right here, the fuzzy select tool is what we need. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.